In this presentation today, I know it sounds crazy. It's going to be all about ignoring your current situation. Now, I know what questions are coming to your mind, and I'm going to address that in this video. But this video was brought to you by another active member of the Continence Club, and it goes as this. Hello, I have a question. While you're manifesting and you've shifted your awareness into the new version of self, how do you view the old because you know it's still around you? I get triggered way too much by the stuff around me, the people, and I struggle to maintain the wish fulfilled state. So I understand what questions are coming to your mind when I say ignore your current situation. How do I ignore something I'm seeing every day? How do I ignore something that's right in front of me? I'm facing unwanted circumstances every day. How can I live in the end and stay in the state of the wish fulfilled? I know this is what you're asking yourself right now. These questions, I know that you might even wonder this whenever I talk about living from the end in a lot of my videos. But when it comes to ignoring your current situation, we need to understand your current situation first, right? So in your current situation, you tend to focus on the lack and negatives, right? The uncontrollables. But this is where you remain stuck. This is where so many people remain stuck. You see, whatever you're dealing with right now, right? You might have bills that need to get paid. Your health might not be in order, right? Your car might have got towed. You might have lost your relationship. You know, the worst thing that you can do is focus on what happened. Focus on the fact that you lost something, or focus on the fact that, this happened to you or somebody did this to you. This is honestly what's keeping you stuck. And the truth is, once you learn to change your focus and your attention on not what you don't want, but what you do want, then that's when ignoring your current situation is really going to make sense to you. You see, and so you don't think your desired situation is yours. And this is why the current circumstances in your reality really bother you. See, you don't really believe that you should be who it is that you're meant to be. You don't really believe that you can get out of your situation. You don't really believe that you can get out of a rut, but you can. The power has always been with you, right? You can control what you can control. You are not consistently practicing being the person who has your desired situation. So like I mentioned with my examples, you're not focused on the fact that, something better is coming your way if you might have lost a job, that another better partner that is a better reflection of you might be coming once you lost your relationship. Because the truth is, like, a lot of things that are happening to you in your current situation are only a reflection of you, So with ignorance, right, because of this, you find your current situation upsetting. You let your current situation bother you. And I don't even blame you, because that's how we were brought growing up. Like, I remember watching television shows and listening to music and all of these things. It's like a lot of times the artists or the actors are focusing on things that they can't control. And so, of course, it's going to rub off on me because I'm watching the media. I'm taking the media in. That's what I'm being programmed. And same to you. And so this is how you keep on focusing on what you don't want when it comes to your current situation. But in this presentation, I'm going to break that and talk to you about how to ignore it. And so now that we have addressed your current situation, right, and where your focus and attention is at, it's now time to address the gap, the process, right, which is what you're currently dealing with. And in order for you to bridge the gap and take control of your current situation, you have to understand a few things. To properly ignore your current situation, understand that the world is a mirror reflecting what you are doing within yourself. So I mentioned this in some of the examples, like let's say with a partner, with a girlfriend or a boyfriend that you have, right? The truth is your partner is really a reflection of what's going on inside of you. There's something, it's a reflection, right? Your situation in life, right? The health, the wealth, the finances, the relationships, all of these things in the state that they are a reflection of something that's going on inside of you. So the truth is, when you change yourself, you change your situation. You don't try to change somebody else. You don't try to change that ex. You don't try to change that person. You change yourself first, right? And so change your conception of yourself, and you will automatically change the world in which you live. Change your self-concept through doing what you say you will do, Become non-negotiable. Remove your distractions, limiting beliefs. Remain consistent. This is what is necessary to do in your current situation, right? Because when we shift over to your desired situation, right, the version of you in your desired situation constantly changes his or her reality by control of the mind and changing the internal state. The version of yourself that has what you want knows this. The version of yourself who people might be talking to or getting, annoyed or annoying, you're able to block it out. You're able to focus on what you can control. The version of yourself uses repetition, affirmations, meditations, visualizations, determination to maintain the state of the wish fulfilled consistently. And confidence develops, especially when you do things you say you're going to do. Whenever you focus on things that you can't control in your current situation, your confidence will grow. Certainty develops, knowing it will happen. This is when your current situation stops bothering you. So the moment you realize that everything happens for your benefit, the moment that you realize that failure isn't failure, it's just a lesson learned, right? Once you realize that everything is a lesson, everything is a test, that's when you're ignoring your current situation. That's when you're going to be able to successfully transition from your current situation, bridge the gap like we're talking about today, ignoring your current situation, and then get to your desired situation. So taking everything away today, it's not that you're ignoring your current situation, right? By pretending you don't see that something is happening. Of course you do. Of course there's something going on in your reality that you don't like, that you want to change. I'm not saying ignore that. I'm just saying control what you can't control. Don't focus on that. Focus on what you can get from it. Focus on what you can learn from it, how you can grow from it, evolution. So you are not resisting your current situation. You're not forcing yourself to look away. Right? Ignoring your current situation means making peace with it, making peace with the fact that your relationship is no longer here, making peace with the fact that your car got towed or that you have bills to pay, right? Ignoring your current situation means making peace with it because you know it's only temporary. Every situation is temporary and you have the privilege to change it. You have the privilege to change your mindset, right? And it's not your end result. It's not over for you. Just because these things are happening doesn't mean you can't change your life. You can't turn your mindset around. Don't believe that. This means that it doesn't actually matter what's happening right now in your current situation. You know your desired situation is the end result. You know that's what's coming for you. You know that's what the truth is. So what were you worried about in the first place? You see? The moment you practice being the person in your desired situation, the more you improve your self-concept. The more you live from the end, the less your current situation will bother you. Because how can your current situation bother you if you're in your desired situation? It's not possible because that's not who you are anymore. The more you stay true to the gap, to the process, you're going to become more mentally stable. You know your current situation doesn't matter. It's temporary. It's not the truth of who you are. You are not your current situation. You are not what happened to you. You are not what your ex did to you. You are not what the doctor saying's wrong with your health. That's not you. You determine what is true because over time it will come true. Nothing outside of you out there can convince you otherwise of who you are. Remember that. So whenever you're dealing with hard times, understand that it's all about your perspective and you need to shift it. Shift your mindset to shift your life. The people that are successful today, that genuinely earned what they have, that earned their keep, they were in such a rut and they used that as fuel, as a mechanism to propel them to bridge the gap to your desired situation. They ignored their current situations. They ignored the fact that they were going through it because they knew it was temporary. They set an intention to get out, and that's exactly what they did. And that's exactly what you're going to do as well. And so that is how you ignore your current situation. This is Mekus with the Continence Club. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will see you on the other side. And until next time.